What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Basement Show. We got our boy Sebastian Jones here. He's got another awesome Niobe Kickstarter for us. Seb, man, welcome back. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. I love your. What are you drinking, bro? While I drink my tea.
I've got some pretty cheap Irish whiskey going on here. This is a Kilbeggan Irish whiskey. And no, I'm not getting paid to tell any of you that.
Do you want to see something crazy? I'll just
Absolutely.
show you real quick.
I love crazy.
Speaking of crazy, what's up, Pete? How's it going, bro?
What is happening there?
Basically, bro, I do these Thursday lives on Instagram at Stranger Comics, Instagram, IG. Now I'm going to do YouTube as well. But so one of our wonderful fans is like now Stranger Family, Hiram. Hiram bought a Untamed sketch blank, and apparently I do this a lot.
I've seen you do that face, actually.
So he drew this on an original sketch blank, sent it to me, and I was like, you know what? This is such an honor. Freaked my mom out, but fuck it. I'm going to print 50 of these, and make like 50 exclusive, Hiram exclusives. Instead of Niobe Shear's life, it says he is the Untamed. And I always talk about from Ruining Christmas, PG tips, just the tips. Mm-hmm. So he wrote all that stuff down, just the tips. Crazy.
Dude, that is insane. By the way, before we get into that, I did get my Ruining Christmas first issue with all of the wonderful add-ons and variant covers. Thank you, sir. That is fantastic. I haven't actually sat down to read it. I figure that's going to be a good review right around Christmas.
Oh, good. You know what I'll upsell you then by then, Pete, is this. I'll upsell you this variant right here we haven't really come out with yet.
Oh, that's dope. All hats. I like that.
The MF Doom homage right here.
I like it. Dude, I mean, let's just jump right into this. You have an insane amount of rewards and add-ons for this campaign. And not only that, but now the campaign has been live for what, like a week or so?
Just over a week. Yeah, just over a week.
You crushed that goal, man.
Thank you.
You like stomped on it. $12,000. You're at $100,000, bro. I mean, it's crazy. The popularity of this brand is ridiculous now, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it, man. It's super humbling, dude. It's really I mean, it's just that's it. It's super humbling, you know. And I think why it's done such gangbusters is our tribe, our family, our stranger family is just they're so wonderfully supportive of the world of Asunda, Niobe the Untamed, all the stuff that comes within that kind of that world. And just to see it, I mean, honestly, I did this live on my birthday when we launched it. It was for the crew, for the fans or family, whatever. It's cool. For me, I was like, what the fuck am I thinking? I got to promote a Kickstarter link, a campaign, and a YouTube event, and I'm rarely on YouTube all at the same time. And I'm going to, no sleep till Brooklyn, and then I got to sit in front of a computer screen for, I think it was just under 12 hours solid. Just blah, 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 blah. And around 1 PM, I was like, oh my God. I still have like 4 or 5 guests to go.
Oh man.
I'm crashing hard.
I hope you had something stronger than tea in your system at that point.
I had cake.
Cake will do. Cake will do.
I had my birthday cake. Josh was like, hey, my wife's making you a cake. This is on like Thursday. I'm like, what for? He goes, for your birthday. You know, your birthday is not just a marketing tool to get people to. I was like, it's my birthday. Yeah. But no, it's great. It's phenomenal. I'm super honored, and it's just it's flying. And we just announced an add-on, which I'm going to try and get you to get, Pete, in honor of Jack Kirby's birthday.
Oh, I saw the variant cover. I'm in. I'm so in. And that's the funny thing is once I saw that, and that is so phenomenal. That's like the first thing when you open the Kickstarter page. It's right there. And then like you start looking at, like how limited are these things. I got another friend who really likes that Sailor Moon variant that you guys got going as well. And that's really dope. And you start to see like how limited these variant numbers are. And then you take a look at like, oh shit, Mad People's already kicked in on this. I hope I didn't miss nothing.
Yes. One of our our lovely people, Jeffrey, he just backed what I think is one of the best deals. If you guys haven't backed it yet or got it, it's called the Silver Metal Ballers Bundle. And there's only 3 in the rewards. I think there's 10 total as far as you get a bundle set of like 9 or 10, or some absurd number of brush metals on discount. And we normally rock those for like $1.50. And there's $7.50 for all of them. And there's one left as a reward. So if anyone's out there, I would recommend that. And we dropped also the price of our David Mack metal sets, gold metal sets as well. So, dude,
I can attest that to everyone watching out there in Pete's Basement Land, these brushed metal variants are really dope. Having picked up 2 of them myself, I got the I believe it was the Untamed issue 1 with the black metal variant. One of the first times that you did the like the YouTube live show, and I'm like, yeah, I'm in on that. And I got one other one that I can't.
Could be on the Rock one, maybe that, or the White Hawk.
Might be that one,
because with the Sailor Moon, we were also dropping metals for that. And you're a hip hop head, bro. I don't know if you saw.
I'm from Brooklyn. It kind of, you had to be.
We've got the Lauryn Hill.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't see that.
And the Erykah Badu live album.
That's nice. That's a really nice painting. That's cool. I like the
colors.
original
paintings are actually around. I don't know, they're in the other room. They're around here somewhere. But so I got the original painting. So you can, to complete your hip hop set, you can get these bad boys. And of course, the Sailor Moon. These are the art prints of them, guys. You can get the art prints. You can get the metals, the holofoils. But you get this, and we've got a coloring book edition.
That's cool. So people just sit there and color it themselves. That's really dope.
Yeah. And because I know you care, we got the David Mack Untamed. And look, there's me too, just kicking it.
That is you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I have to say, one of my favorite variants that you guys got that I jumped in on one of the recent campaigns was the Shannon Mayer variant. I just love that dude's work. He's so good.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't know, dude. Like, we've been really blessed recently with some of the art prints. The artists that we've been working with. Like, even on our lead guy, this guy Cloner H. I mean, it's just beautiful paintings.
It really is.
Absolutely beautiful paintings. It's really.
That's really nice. I like the blues.
The blues, yeah.
I'm a blues kind of guy. Like,
you know what's funny,
really catches my eye.
So speaking of, and I actually totally forgot. I haven't even mentioned this to people yet. So you're the first person to hear this.
Love a Pete's Basement exclusive.
So when we did the Untamed, when we do like some of these graphic novels, right? For the Untamed series, each subtitle is a blues song. The Untamed, A Sinner's Prayer, Ray Charles. The Untamed, Killing Floor, Skip James and Howlin' Wolf. The Untamed, Still a Fool. The new one is Muddy Waters. What I've done is I've done subtitles for each of the cover variants. And I've totally forgot I was going to do a competition. Like, can you name which ones are song titles? So I might have just given you one of the song titles already, which is All Blues, is actually the name of that one that you like, All Blues.
Huh.
So All Blues is a Miles Davis song.
Yes.
So yeah.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah, got some good stuff there. Got some good stuff for you to discover.
Dude, it's funny. Like, for the amount of regular rewards you have, and then the amount of just add-ons that you could just pick and choose. And I mean, you sent me the message, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I need the other sword. I need the sword to complete. I'm just gonna cross those things on the wall, man.
Dude, the sword is. Oh shit! I've got a sword here. I'll show it to you how it looks.
That is sick.
I mean, it's.
Oh my god! Look at those gems.
They're beautifully painted, brushed metal. Oh, and on the Kickstarter edition, bro, all of this is going to be in UV light. So like
the other one, so I can make it shine. Oh, that's great.
Kickstarter exclusive.
That is so insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Two-handed sword of assessor. You know, we went really in.
I mean, your next step for crazy people like me, is like you got to make real swords. Like, put the cosplay stuff to the side now. Now we need real stuff.
Like here in the corner, like my pole.
I see the spear. I was going to ask you about the spear.
This in the corner, bro, is very me, right? So you go, all right, you got a blues painting, a samurai helmet, a DJ turntable, and a freaking poleaxe in case anyone gets fresh at the front door, you know?
Oh, so wait a minute. It's two. Is that a halberd? Is that's
it's a halberd? Yeah, it's a poleaxe. So basically, it's a complete spear with an axe head. Yeah.
It's funny. The way I learned about halberds was in a game called Shining Force way back when I was in like 6th, 7th grade for Sega, and I'm replaying those games now.
Oh, yeah.
Like a little Genesis Mini. Yeah, my social life is just completely gone. People are like, you want to come out to the bar? I'm like, no. Go away. You want to come over and watch me play video games? Then you can do that.
I'm in the same boat, bro. But before I space this, the difference with this kick, unlike other kicks that we've done Kickstarters, is in the past with add-ons, we've made it really tailor-made. And I think, staying on that track, so let's say, Pete, you want the sword, you're going to get the accessory sword, check, but you also want this other reward, not just an add-on for an item. So the cool thing is you can literally add on a whole nother reward after you pick your pledge.
That's cool.
And with that reward comes with all the extra goodies in that reward level. So it's just it's not just, oh, let me get a singular item. So if let's say you want the Soul Sister set, right? The hip hop covers, but you want them in metal. What's better for you? Starting with that and adding on the sword level and all that stuff that comes with that, or starting with the sword level and adding on the other stuff. So you can cherry pick and they go, oh shit, the Sailor Moon is an add-on only. I don't want the metal, but I want the holofoil of it. Let me just add on that item. So you can, it's really straight up custom based. And we were a bit nervous because there's so much shit that some people are going like, this is way too confusing. But for collectors that want to take their time, they're really going in.
I admit, when I first looked at it, my initial thought was, well, there's a lot of shit. And yeah, it would get confusing, but I'm the type of person, like, this is where I shine. This is my forte, where I'm just going to start making lists of like, all right, this is in this level. This is what I want. And I just start checking shit off and then see, well, what's left that I got to put in an add-on. And I'll see like, how do the prices break down and everything? Where, where does this all even itself out? This is the collector's mentality. But those people that are like, oh, this is confusing. Amateurs. Come on, you got work to do to get to this level.
But what we did, God, it was so much work. I think where we really went batshit crazy was we have 3 new comics on the campaign. One is Niobe and Dura, Wrath of the Ancients, and Niobe and Dura the shaman that's braiding Niobe's hair on that cover. Her first appearance is in the Dusu book. Right. So you first meet her in that book. And then the other comic that we're doing is The Untamed Still a Fool. We have issue 2. Niobe meets Waso, Niobe's brother, for the first time. We saw the Jay Lee covers for that. That's her meeting him, who comes from the Dusu book. And what you'll find out in that issue is Dura is actually, like, you see the butterfly wings, right? On some of those images of her. She's actually the Ancient of the Butterfly. In that issue, she's actually in a cocoon. So I'm tying the whole work. If you're a fan of the Untamed, Niobe, and all that kind of stuff, and you want to actually start to see, finally, after all these years, the threads all coming together, this is the one. We have 3 comics here. And then for some folks that came, they're like, well, you got all this back catalog. So we quickly created this reward called Read Everything. You get the hardcovers, a bunch of extra comics. It's a great deal for those hardcovers. And so
I have a few myself. Those I don't really, as a collector myself, I don't really buy into the whole virgin cover madness, like that happens in comic books. But on those hardcovers, it's a different ball game because they're so wonderfully painted and like they have such a nice gloss cover that I'm like, no, you can't have a title over this. Like, no header, no nothing. Like this got to just be the hardcover. And I actually. I don't know if I think I just probably kind of messed up when I was doing some of the rewards in your past Kickstarters. I've got a couple of multiples.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, do I want to give those away on the show, or do I want to just hold on to those like a greedy little goblin until until this obviously breaks, the whole HBO thing happens, and then I'm like, hello, eBay. I don't know. Because if you guys out there don't you need to get in on this at the ground level, immediately, if not sooner. I would do, and I always go back to this story. You were unfortunately not at that convention. It was 2 NYCCs ago.
Right.
But Josh had a couple of first appearances at the first Niobe and your first issue ever, and the variant cover with the troll on it, which is dope.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'll take the both of them. And he literally went through painstakingly looking at the spine on every single one you had. Nope, this is the best one here. Take this one. And Josh was the man. So he went through everything on that to literally give me the best purchase possible.
That sounds like Josh. Me, I would have been like, yeah, here's a no.
Fucking toss him.
Got some really expensive book,
Dude, Stan Lee tossed my Avengers #4 right across the table to me. I swear to God. It was Stan. So you're in good company.
You want to hear something crazy? Just to really kind of feel like I'm in good company. My birthday that I had when we launched the Kickstarter, August 28th. That's where we launched that variant. Same birthday as Jack Kirby.
Yes.
Rubbing shoulders with Jack,
Dude. And it happens to be Jack Kirby Day. They named the whole thing. You had perfect timing on that.
It was a bit
lucky. Not for nothing. Your mom had perfect timing as well. Kudos to mom. Here's to mom.
Cheers to mom. Let's have a drink to mom. By the way, my mom loved the last interview that you did of me.
Fantastic.
I really like him. So shout out to mom when you watch this again.
That's great. That does me good.
So what are you thinking of? It's so crazy, bro, is we broke 100 grand today. We've never broken 100 grand on any Kickstarter. And I was on a meeting, and Daryl comes in, he's like, look at this. And then I got off the meeting and I clicked on him like, oh, we're now down to 100,000 even. And I was watching it going, I think we were more. And I was watching it. Then we dipped right below to someone else also decreased their pledge a bit. Like, what the fuck? And then someone just did another pledge. Oh, we're back over again.
I can't understand decrease. I've only ever increased pledges because I've seen something else. Oh shit, I missed that one, and I gotta click on that then, and I gotta buy that.
I mean, I get it. If people hit something like a hard time or bigger bills to pay. Yeah,
but I mean, it's priorities. This is comics we're talking about.
Right? Don't eat.
Seriously,
come on.
First of all, I've been doing enough of eating over the course of this entire pandemic. I could afford to skip a meal in favor of some comics.
So what do you think? What are you thinking of getting, Pete?
The sword is an absolute must. The Jack Kirby is a must. I'm gonna get the Sailor Moon cover for probably 2 friends of mine. Hopefully there's 2 of them there. I'll ask one of them. Knows about it because she was on the email. My friend Chrissy that was with us at taking pictures at your booth that one time. She absolutely loved all of the cosplay girls that you had there, and they all became friends because cosplay. They just you can smell your own, I think they even still talk on social media, as a matter of fact.
No, I love that. They're amazing. Our Niobe girls are just.
Oh man, their costumes, they're lovely. Good. They were very nice and beautiful girls, and they were just they looked like they were just having a blast the entire weekend. By Sunday, they were like, whew. And I mean, we're all like that come Sunday, but it is what it is.
Yes.
But so I'm gonna ask her which one she wants. I'm not sure if she's aware that there are 3 different ones, and the other one is gonna be another gift for a friend of mine, and that's gonna be a surprise because she's really into Sailor Moon, and I ain't even gonna bother to tell you because if some people, you tell them I'm gonna get you a present. No, don't do that. Defeats the purpose of the present.
Right. Yeah.
And honestly, I didn't even go through everything. I have to really sit there and go through all the rewards. But you know me, I'm a variant cover guy. I want the variant covers. Obviously, I have to get all 3. the 3 covers, the 3 books, and however many covers that you have there, as long as I'm not like, breaking my bank for a specific one or something.
Right. Yeah. I didn't know if you wanted to walk, I didn't know if you want to walk through some of this stuff today. If you want to do a shared screen, you want to pull it up and then.
Yeah, go for it.
Basically, on the left-hand side, you see the campaign page, what the story's about, the stretch goals. He's got to change that. We just hit 100 grand. And then David Max, various covers, and so on. And if you're new to the world of Asunda, a bit of information, what reward we recommend if you want to read everything, some reading order stuff for you guys, which is super handy, explaining where these single issues are in if you want them to read everything, what hardcovers they're in.
I love that Assessa issue 1 where she's licking the sword.
Oh, dude, the Mike Choi cover is crazy.
I don't think I've ever seen that one before. I don't have that one. That's going to be a necessary one.
That's brutally difficult to find. I might have one creator copy left. So here's another. This is, funnily enough, this is of Aaliyah, one of our Niobe cosplay girls who you probably met at New York Comic Con.
Mm-hmm. I was just going to say, she looks kind of familiar.
Yep. So you got all the books on the left. This gives you the information. That's by Hyung, the lead artist for The Last of Us, who did that White Orc on that first Untamed cover.
Mm-hmm.
These are some of the interior pages. I think, honestly, it's one of the most beautiful books we've ever done by Sheldon, who does our Erathun and Shear's Death book. But this book is like a fable. It's absolutely beautiful. New Untamed J. Lee cover, which is just sick. And then the Bergtin cover. Now, what's cool about this one is you see Niobe
That's really
praying.
cool.
Yeah, you see the reflection?
Yeah,
with the Shear's Death, kind of like the root swing.
I really like the the juxtaposition of covers like that. Like the concept has been done, but it's always a really cool idea of like a mirrored reflection of yourself, but like how either you really are inside or whatever, facing inner demons and stuff.
Yep, dude, I completely agree. I love that shit. That's Waso, who you first meet in Dusu book. Daryl's book, Morkamoa. Daryl did all the interior art for this. This is Iga's illustration of baby Niobe, so you get to realize Niobe's been hunted.
Oh yeah, and I did see the 8-bit cover to Morkamoa.
Oh, you saw that shit.
I'm a sucker for those, man. So
Yep. So the way we've kind of rocked this is we've kind of named each cover a different tier level, right? So when you go to your rewards, you go, okay, I want this one. When we do the surveys, you basically pick your covers you want. So you're like, oh, I want some of these, I want some of that, and so on, right? So these are tier 1s. These are a bit more rare, tier 2s. There's your Excite.
There it is.
Yeah, we call it Excite Beast. These are based on beautiful paintings. Then
Those
we've got
really nice.
Oh, dude, they're stunning paintings by Richard Thornsberry.
Here's you.
There's me. Yeah, you saw. I'm trying to go past that slightly quickly. More the J. Lees. This is a ghost variant. The tier 3 got these 2 David Max.
Those are fantastic.
Oh, dude, beautiful.
That guy's got such an eye for color, man.
It's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. You got our Raheem Milton inks, which are super collectible. Your hip hop set, the Soul Sisters, more version editions, etc., etc.
That fall cover with the leaves is incredible. I overlooked that one before. Yeah. That is so colorful.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's also it's actually based kind of on one of the interior pages that we removed a panel and made it a beautiful cover. These become more version editions, and we've got some inked editions, and then you got your Dusu DMX.
That's fantastic. I think I need that.
Dude, you know what's crazy is I got to show you. Got the swords, jewelry, miniatures, but check this out. These are the books that we were talking about, how they look. That's when I was younger. Look at. So I'm going to show you the how good the gold or silver metal editions are of the DMX. Look at this. This is how freaking gnarly.
That's cool, man.
super rare. So you've got the sets there if you want, and add-ons. So when you scroll down, what I'd recommend, stuff that you're interested in getting, is I'd recommend, obviously take your time with this shit, but this is where you get the stuff, guys. You scroll down, you go, okay, I want to get the sword, I want to get something, I just want to read everything digitally and then get my collector's edition. So this is where and if you see a name on the reward, you correlate it to what the name of the cover is. Like, I want to get the silver metal edition of that cover, Fly Butterfly, right? Annihilation, I want to get that badass demon image in metal. And you see how limited they are. You can read it here and see how many are gone, how many are left in the add-on section. The Mac Tech foil set, only one person's taken that, but I know a few people have taken the add-ons, but like 5 people have taken this. It'll start to kind of really come into play. Read everything. Quite a few people have taken it now. 16. David Mack silver set. This is going suddenly really quick. There's only 13 left of these. And then there's
there he is.
Yeah, your Unholy Sword. That shit is crazy cool. And you get 3 comics to go with it of tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. That's the good thing with that.
That's really cool.
Yep.
So wait, you get 3 choices of any tier, or is it one of each?
You get 3 choices of any tier, 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, that's cool.
So basically, you get the sword and 3 new comics of your choice.
That's awesome.
So it's a great deal. But then if you want the metals, or you want the Sailor Moon, or you want the Jack Kirby, those are add-ons. Or you want the silver Dusu set for 280. Only one person's taken that, but if you want, you should scroll down and say, oh shit, no one's taken that, no one's taken that. Annihilation, no one's taken that. But the silver metal baller bundle, only one left.
One left, right.
Yep. One person's taken this. No one's taken the Mac yet, the Golds, or the Soul Sisters, which I'm shocked at. The Dusu Golds, there's 2 left of those. Struck Gold, there's 2 left of those, and then the rest are all gone.
Now, the gold and the metal are 2 different ones, right? There's the metal, and then there's the gold metal.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Gotcha.
basically the difference between silver brushed and the gold finish.
Right.
And
Which was the one in that video? Was that the gold one?
That's the gold. Yeah. That's the gold. And the silver still looks beautiful. The silver is beautiful. It's kind of like the same one that you've got. What I can do is, if I go back to StreamYard here and hit stop shared screen, I could show you the difference, I believe. Like, this is what a holofoil looks like, guys. If you want to get, and this is actually on the, so the holofoil is really nice and shiny and awesome. We have a Sailor Moon one of these, and a few different holofoils. I think this one is on there as well. And the silver metal, if I've got it handy, there it is, it's over there. I can show you the difference between essentially what a silver and gold looks like. If I take these stickers off and just show you this. So this is of a sketch blank. So there's the gold, right? The sketch bank of the gold.
Yeah. What a concept. Blank gold there and shiny variants.
Dude, I've got original art by Jay Lee and David Mack and Hyung and Sheldon on these metal blanks. They are super rare now. How do
they draw on those things? Like a marker or something?
Yeah, Jay just uses his classic Indian ink. Let me see if I've got them I can show you, because they're stupid, dude. They're really beautiful.
As an artist myself, who's nowhere near as talented as Jay or any of the other folks that you got working on his book, like, that's a no fuck up piece.
Yes.
Like, there's no erasing, no nothing. That's incredible. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, original art on some of these metals. I mean, it is crazy. We've got some real magic here. And this campaign, honestly, is we've never worked so hard on putting a campaign together. And also for new folks that come like, I want to get the world. I didn't even know this world existed. So we really kind of leaned into, returning customers,
Mm-hmm.
collectors. Oh shit, you want to get the whole thing? Okay, but that's like, oh, even more add-ons, even more reward choices. And I know it's deterred. I could tell it's deterred a few people. But if you've got the patience to read through it, this is a.
It happens, but you've been at this for a while, and to make another Kirby reference and to put you in some really stellar company. I mean, Kirby's world building was second to none. You saw it a little bit with like the Eternals and stuff like that, but he really came into his own with the whole, New Gods and Apocalypse and that. And that can be kind of daunting to people who have never really, looked into any of that stuff before. So, but if you take the time to do it, you get some really awesome stories out of the deal.
Right.
So, like, you've been at this for a while. Like, you and I know each other for probably going on about 5 years or something now.
Yeah.
And I think, like, you had really just kind of started. You guys were still doing the Vampire Hunter D stuff, which is how we met. And you just had, like, some dope-ass artwork on the wall, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool looking. What's all this stuff? And you had the 8-bit, the variant Nintendo covers and shit.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm a sucker for nostalgia. Obviously, I've been wasting my nights playing old school video games lately. So like that's what got my attention. And I think you had only been at it for maybe a year or two at that, I think.
What's interesting is we hadn't actually. We had, not a lot of people know this, but we started the Stranger Comics back in 2008. We got the company formed 2007. Started
2008 seems to be the magic number for everybody, man. That's the same year we started the Basement Show.
Oh, get out of here! That's wild. That's cool as shit, man. Yeah, no, it's so we shopped our stuff around to run a record label for a lot of years with my family, and we shopped this idea around, right, with Niobe the Untamed, this idea of a big world, and for lack of a better term, I think it's daunting for a company to go, oh, this is a big vision and a big world. That's a big risk, financial risk. And also back then, it was very much like, oh, this might be look good for Black History Month. It felt very kind of like potentially you're getting it for a hashtag. You're getting it for something that's you're not looking at the story. You're looking at the immediacy of Black female lead, and in fantasy, and none of those things were kind of, back when I was like, I want to start a company. Let me shop this around and let me just create. And so just to protect the storyline and the story and the sacred reality of who Niobe was to me, it was okay. I got to start another fucking company again. Oh my God. So let me look for investment. Oh my God. It's very difficult to find people. I'm not going to support that. That's so out there. You're doing comics, capes and tights. What are you talking about? And so that me and the guys, we just kind of really just dug deep and started. Now, in 2009, next time on the show, I'll have a few photos ready for you. Yeah. You'll see a photo of me and the Stranger crew in a booth with these lovely guys, Antidote Trust, who welcomed us in, but sharing a booth with 9 other publishers. And that was the beginning of Stranger Comics. And we had printed that book you got from Josh, The Untamed issue 1, and issue 2. That's what we had. That's all we had. And we don't know what the fuck we were doing. But the comic was great. And pretty soon we had offers in from producers and you name it. And then we got into some stuff with some not so nice people. And we ducked into the lab, focused on kids' books. And then we came back out again in 2015 where I met you. And it was like, what the fuck is this? Here's this Niobe comic, and then here's the Untamed hardcover. Here is this, here is that. But we'd been nurturing and developing for years. So when people saw it, they're like, where do these motherfuckers come from?
Yeah, who are these guys? That's how I felt. But I'm always game for new stuff. That's always been the case with us. And I always say it. The Basement Show has always been about celebrating indie creators, as opposed to just the big companies don't need our help. It's you guys out there who, there are still people who don't know the Niobe brand. There are still people who don't know Stranger Comics. So, and and that goes for a lot of indie creators who really do deserve the spotlight. And fortunately, Kickstarter has been able to really help you guys shine a lot. Absolutely. And that's why I always, I'm always stoked to do these kind of Kickstarter interviews. And I mean, I admit there's a little bit of egotism to this as well, because the first thing that I always look for is how can I get me into this book somewhere, which I did with you guys as well. You had that thing where you could put people on the cover, and I'm like, cover. Yep. Fantastic.
Oh, we even have a foil edition of that. There's a foil.
I saw that. I did see that. It's a nice one too. I might have to pick that one up myself.
Yeah, I know, because that's the thing. You see this shit, right? And I put myself in your shoes. I'm like, I kind of, I want to date Pete's wallet, but also, it's a lot. And sometimes, it's like people come and they're spending a lot of dough on our books. So the way how I kind of feel is this: it's like someone is going to risk their $4 on my cover versus, Spider-Man book or something else that they're familiar with. I got to put my foot into this, and as best as I can. Same with the team. Like, we really have to try and honor the craft as much as possible. So if you think it sucks, oh well, we gave it our best shot. But it doesn't suck. It's fucking great.
It does not suck. But playing off of that, that's really what it looks like. Is it? You can tell when you look at something like this, when it's Untamed or Niobe or whatever, or really the same can be said for a lot of indie creators. Not all, but a lot.
Yeah. Sure.
You guys put that like Deadpool, maximum effort, into it. Whereas opposed to like how many times. And I'm not naming names, I'm not naming books or nothing, but there have been a lot of times where I picked up a mainstream book and I'm like, yo, they phoned this shit in. And I'm like, and you just leave disappointed.
Yeah.
The amount of times that I have left disappointed from an indie book, and I maybe once, maybe. Like I always wind up enjoying them so much more because there's that effort. There's that you feel the love for people's characters that they put in because it's theirs, like if you're working on your own shit, you're going to give it your all. And that's really the best part about it. You feel that coming through the page.
Yeah. No, I think you're right, man. I mean, I backed like 200 Kickstarters. I was like, oh shit, that's where my money's gone. But, but it's when I find backing Kickstarters to that note is not even at that point even necessarily about the content, but the content of character of the person putting on the Kickstarter. They've poured everything they have into this, and you can feel the passion that this is so meaningful to them, whether it's comic books or something else. But that I think is what's really been. It's kind of like a con in some respect, convention, not a con, but a convention.
Oh, I knew what you meant, but good clarification for everybody else who might be new to the game.
You feel like you're getting an honest kind of connection, like that real connection, like when like.
And frankly, anyone who's seen you at a con knows what you look like after that fourth day. They know that you're giving it your all. You're running around like a headless chicken, and like you're just existing on like coffee, and I don't even know what else at that point.
It's kind of been a running joke for the booth. It's like I nurse a banana and have like at the end of the day, it's like, fuck, he's still on the same banana. it's and we would have this chair in the booth, for like, and it's kind of almost feels like back in the day, it's like that chair if you sit down.
Yeah.
But now I want to sit down.
That's the tired chair, you need the tired chair.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
But now we all kind of want to sit down in the tired chair.
They're gonna have to upgrade to the tired bench eventually.
Yeah, for sure. I'm kind of curious. Like, what other indie books to give some love to some other indie folks? What other indie books have you picked up that you're like, oh, I love this?
One of my favorites, my friend JD Rosario, JD Unstoppable, has been on the show many times. His books from Unstoppable Comics are absolutely fantastic. He's got some superhero stuff like Storm Chasers, He's got one that I absolutely love. It's a zombie book called New York versus the World. And this basically is New York is the last bastion of civilization in an otherwise zombie apocalypse inflicted world. Brooklyn is where like the people live. We dump all the bodies in Staten Island because let's face it, it's a garbage dump. Queens is like where the scientists are at, like trying to figure shit out. Manhattan and the Bronx are like no man's land kind of thing. So like Jay's one of my favorite people. Another couple of Kickstarters that I've really enjoyed has been Brent Lengel's Snow White Zombie Apocalypse. And this is absolutely as silly as it sounds.
Okay.
At no point does this book take itself seriously. Awesome. And when it first come out through Scout Comics, I picked it up and Ramon and I just laughed our asses off at this. And what I usually find is that when we give a positive review about stuff, especially the indie books, the creators who are looking up reviews, like they'll contact us like, hey man, thanks for liking the book. And you know, we'll just start bullshitting and whatever. And like, yo, like next time, let me know. We'll do an interview or whatever. And that's a book I actually got a cameo in as well.
Oh shit! That's cool. I love it.
He takes like fairy tales and just zombifies them. So like you've got the big bad wolf with zombies, and Snow White is just like she's kind of ditzy, you know. The Prince Charming is running around with Rapunzel. Rapunzel is like totally the kick-ass heroine of the story. Okay. And like when I say the book doesn't take itself seriously, we all know the story of Snow White, especially like the Disney one, where he sees her in the glass coffin, leans down, kisses her, and she wakes up. So he's leaning down to do that, and all of a sudden Rapunzel's off panel like, were you just about to kiss a dead person? It's hilarious.
I love that shit.
You've got the big bad wolf, and like, okay, the big bad wolf eats grandma, and like they're zombies, so they kill the big bad wolf. But what happens? Grandma's not dead. Grandma rips out of the wolf and is like walking this thing through like the stomach, like some puppet from hell. And that was insane. Another great Kickstarter that I always chime in on is another friend of mine named David Kahn, who does Lovecraft PI. And I'm a huge H.P. Lovecraft fan. I absolutely loved the series that was on HBO Max. I was pretty annoyed when it only, got canceled after the one season. Right. But David takes H.P. Lovecraft and turns him into like a gumshoe private detective, almost like a Maltese Falcon kind of thing. And he just implements aspects of Lovecraft stories along with it, and those are always a lot of fun.
I think I've heard of that one.
It's really good, and if you are a Lovecraft fan, it'll definitely ring true for you. Then there was Pursuit of Plastic by Casey Boker and Chris Walk.
Oh, that's a great title.
Oh man, and this is such an 80s homage where these guys are like jumping from world to world in like this multiverse, but each world is a different 80s cartoon or toy line. So you've got like the He-Man and you've got Transformers, Thundercats, all of this different stuff.
I love it. My boy Brian Pulido does Lady Death. He's always just absolutely crushing it.
I met Brian when I was a kid, as a matter of fact, and he signed a bunch of my Lady Death stuff. That was at a convention in New York City.
He's my booth neighbor at San Diego Comic-Con.
No shit.
Yeah, he's lovely. Super supportive, one of the nicest fucking dudes, the king of Kickstarters, and I got nothing but positive shit to say about Brian. He's just fucking amazing.
He was really awesome. My grandmother was into Lady Death a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when I told her that that the creator was going to be at this little convention underneath in the basement of a church on like 9th Avenue in the city, and like that was Big Apple Con before it moved to its current spot. Across the street from Madison Square Garden. But yeah, that was where I met Brian Pulido.
See, that's the crazy thing is like when you think of that stuff, like the journey as indie creators, like what we've gone through, like where we've been, or like I remember one of my first cons was in a Dungeons and Dragons group, like where there's like 50 kids playing D&D, and there's my setup, and I sold one comic book that day, and then I gave a poster of Niobe to this lady who had cancer for free, and I was like, it was framed, and she's like, it still hangs above my bed, and I feel like it healed me. And
That's really crazy. That's
it's
awesome.
crazy, dude. It's crazy. That was back in 2000.
The amount of love that pours out from people, like when it's that genuine, and I've gotten a few letters from people that said stuff like, you guys helped me through a very difficult time in my life, and we're like, the fuck did we do? Like, I'm happy to have helped, like, but like that. Humor is my defense mechanism. I don't know how to take compliments like that, so I'm like, fuck, what the hell did we do? Like, they're like, yo, you made me laugh.
Right.
That's thanks.
It's surreal, bro. I mean, it's interesting too, like, because obviously you've been rocking this for a long time and you're fucking great at it, and I've been doing these little podcasts, these Thursday lives, and for me it's funny because 99% of the time it's just me yapping into a camera and hoping I sound profound or funny or whatever the fuck it is, or give some wisdom, or but it's interesting that people are like, oh, I'm going to tune in to you every week, and wow, how humbling is that? Like, you be doing any other shit but tuning in.
Do you have nothing better to do with your time?
Right. Don't you have some Sega to be like, what the fuck?
Something.
You need to jump on another buddy of mine, Russell Nolte.
Okay.
Russell Nolte does a thing called Wannabe Press, and he's done a bunch of. He did a series called Cthulhu is Hard to Spell. It's hilarious.
I've heard of that series. Okay.
Yeah. So you know what's crazy? So I'm going to pick up Ruining Christmas again. I'm going to show you something we did, and we actually have the cover for it too. We did something to in honor of Russell, our good friend. We did something called Ruining Russell.
I got that. I had that cover. Yes.
You have the cover? So yeah, we have our own Cthulhu-y kind of craziness going on with this bonus comic at the back.
That is awesome.
So
wait, that's the regular comic, right?
This is the Ruining Christmas regular comic.
Oh, that's the new one.
Yep, that's the one you got. So you'll enjoy it.
When is that Kickstarter coming?
No, that's the one you already got, bro. That's
that's it. Oh, okay. I have to.
So the Ruining Christmas one that you backed, when you read it, it's got the bonus Ruining Russell Cthulhu extravaganza 8-page kind of bonus comic in the back of the book. It's the Ruining Christmas shit. Knowing your sense of humor, I have a feeling you'll love it.
So actually, while we're on that subject, when is Ruining Christmas, the #2 Kickstarter, dropping?
We're probably going to do that next Christmas. What we're going to do is I think we're going to amass all of the books and then do single issues 2, 3, and 4, and then also have a collected edition.
Okay.
We wanted to do it for this year, but just one of those things,
Yeah.
It's but it's
life
good.
Gets ahead of itself, man. It really does.
It really can. But I mean, Eli's art is amazing in it. And Darrow's layouts and the work Darrow's done on it is just freaking genius. And Darrow found an incredible colorist near where he lives called Jen Polk. She has a Kickstarter going on right now called The House of Boo, I believe, which is super whimsical, super charming. I backed it. So look up The House of Boo. That's one as well. But Russell Nolte has one currently. It is called Black Market Heroine, an action-adventure urban fantasy original graphic novel. A criminal accidentally rescues the Antichrist and has to keep her alive until morning to prevent the apocalypse. It's all super indie, super fun.
Keeping the Antichrist alive to prevent the apocalypse.
Yep.
What concept?
Yeah, he's great. Russell's a super smart dude and big on the convention circuit. So I recommend him. And I just backed Carrie Nord's fantasy comic, which looks beautiful. Yeah, so there's some good stuff out there.
There really is. Our buddy Cheeseburger had just sent us that one.
And this is something too, Pete, that we're doing is we will give you guys a referral code. And for every link, so if you email me, go, hey, I want a referral code to the Kickstarter page, and then you start promoting it, what we're doing is saying, all right, we will give you 20% off anyone that you refer to the Kickstarter. We can see it and track it in our dashboard. So if you suddenly tell whoever your friends are, and that brings out $1,000 in pledges on our Kickstarter, you'll get, Pete, $200.
Can't beat. Shit.
in store credit on the website. So we've literally gone like, okay, let's figure out a way to give back to folks that just ordinarily would be like, yo, I'm going to just post this shit. Okay, we'll post it. Maybe go one step further and do some more promoting, and then get them to do it as well, and it becomes exponential for folks that also want to.
It's a great reward system.
Yeah. We learned that from Pulido. Like, he's the king, and we just started to implement it, and it's great. It's great,
dude. That's fantastic, man. I can't wait to kick in on this. I'll definitely have that done by tonight, because I don't want to run the risk of being one of those people who got asked out of something that I really wanted. Or, like I said, when I get it in my head that I want to get something for somebody, that's even more of a drive than if I want to get something for me. And I'm like, I don't want to miss out on getting a gift for somebody especially when one person I said, I'll get this for you, and the other person is going to be a surprise. So that's my drive, to really sit down, go through all of this, and really just hammer out which exact ones I want. I just make my list. I write it all down, and whether I got to throw it on an add-on or whatever. Seb, this has been fantastic. I wish you nothing but the best. I mean, you've already got the best, but I wish just absolute continued success, man. This is phenomenal.
Super humble, bro.
When I saw that fucking $100,000 in my mouth, I was like, oh snap! I gotta get on this.
It is fucking nutty, bro. I'm very humbled by this situation, and very thankful. Just super thankful. And we've been working on building towards this Kickstarter for about a year. So,
I remember when you told me about this one the last time we spoke, and how you actually said that this is the one where a lot of things are going to start to tie together.
Yeah, it's nutty, and we might have 1, 2, or 3 announcements soon where I think people go, just maybe even just in Stranger Comics in general, where people will go, oh shit, and they will come running to, if they get announced, any one of these 3 things get announced during this Kickstarter, it's going to have people running to this Kickstarter.
I hope so. And I know you can't answer too many questions about it, but I'm going to just poke the piranha a little bit. Everything with HBO is moving forward properly.
Everything is still in development. It's just it's
good to hear. That's all I wanted to hear, man. Yeah. Nothing but the best. All the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's it's big honor, big privilege, and always just super thankful, man. So I will tell you this: if you need like an on-site reporter whenever like that shit starts filtering, I'll be right out there.
That's fucking. I'll drive. I'll walk if I got it. I don't give a fuck. I'll swim if it's on. Like if it's in New Zealand, whatever. I used to be like, there's some crazy guys swimming across the Atlantic Ocean. I can actually swim pretty good for a kid from Brooklyn. I'm no Greg Louganis or nothing, but I can swim.
Wasn't he the diver?
Yeah, I don't know. He's got to learn how to swim. He's diving in a pool. I mean, it would really suck. You dive in a pool and then you're just drowning. Who was the kid, the Olympian kid? I can't even think of his name.
Michael Phelps.
Yeah, I'm no Michael
Phelps. I love the Greg Louganis shit. That was the brother that,
I'm an 80s kid. What do I know?
I love that shit. And before he was Mark Spitz. But yeah, that's the dude.
Seb, I always have fun talking to you. I know we could do this for many, many more hours, but it's been great. You can count on the support of the Basement Show.
Dude,
I look forward to seeing you in New York City.
Thank you.
And a final toast to Mom as well. I hope she enjoyed this interview as well as the last one. Salud, brother.
Salud. Thank you, Pete.
So before we run out, tell everybody how they can find you, Stranger Comics and everything, Instagram, etc.
Yeah, you can find us on all the webs at Stranger Comics, just at Stranger Comics on all the socials, and strangercomics.com is the website. Slide into my proverbials and I will tell you a story. So come and say hi.
And he's always got good stories. I can attest to that. And of course, everybody knows how to find us. Questions at Pete'sBasement.com, Facebook.com/Pete's Basement, Instagram, Twitter, etc. at Pete's Basement. Drop us a line. Let us know what Kickstarters you're looking at. Let us know if you jumped in on the Stranger Comics Kickstarter. And if not, we will chastise you. Like, why not? You know, it's awesome. Seb, man, salud. I look forward to seeing you in NYC. It's been entirely too long.
Long time. Appreciate it, Pete. Thanks so much.
Always, brother.
Pete's Basement is copyrighted
2021.
Ripped Productions. All rights reserved, so go fuck yourself.
You're going to save me a lot of time in editing. Share away, my friend. I'm a procrastinator. I'm a terrible, terrible procrastinator.
Yeah, when I saw you heading back to Kickstarter, I was like, I don't know what Pete's doing.
Dude, normally I would fucking wait until like the last possible second, but I clearly can't do that this time because there's entirely too many other people who are like wanting this stuff, and I'm not going to miss my shit.